client came in. I had to drill him on the session. So again, man, I hope y'all got about another 30 to 45 minutes to chop it up, man. We back for round two. I told y'all I was gonna pick back up where I left off, but then I got some new influence, man, some new inspiration. So I'm gonna build on some other things, man. I just want to give a PSA to America, man, letting y'all know to get ready. Some things that I done been talking about for years, just not on this platform. Not on this platform. Some things, some other people, some other brothers, some other sisters have been talking about for years. A lot of this stuff is coming into fruition. A lot of this stuff is manifesting. Things that have been talked about for years. People have been trying to warn us for years. Some of the stuff that's happening right now, people have tried to warn us for years. Javon, peace, what's happening, man? Shout out to everybody that was tapped into my last stream about an hour or so ago. I'm back for round two, man. So, hey, hopefully y'all ain't tired of the kid, man. Hopefully y'all ain't tired of the kid. Doors, Garden, peace, what's happening? I shot you a response in regards to the email. Hopefully you got that joint. Magic, what's happening? Jay Will, peace, peace. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Antonio, for sure. Hey, I gotta, you know me, I was finna have to go in for a second, man. Somebody walked in on me, so I'm like, I couldn't go in real quick. I got some things that I gotta talk about. Javon, peace, what's happening, man? So I gotta go on one of my little rants real quick. Hey, Kate, welcome back. Peace, peace. You know, because, hey, some of this stuff has been talked about. We done been trying to warn the people, man. Like I said, back in my, which I'm finna change my name, man. I'm finna go back. I'm finna change the name on YouTube. Facebook won't let me do it. I'm about to go back to Illuminati Bell, man. I'm gonna change my name on this joint. I'm going back to that name, man, because that's the energy that I'm feeling at this particular moment in my life. I'm gonna have to go back to that energy, go back to that vibe. But, man, it was some things, man. I was trying to warn people about the fake food shortage that's going on, you know, and I was trying to get people to prepare for that. What was one of the ways I was helping people prepare for that? Or what is something that I was talking about? I always talk about it, fasting. I was like, man, it's going to come a time where you're going to, you know what I'm saying, you're going to wish you listened to me in regards to being able to survive off of less food, being able to go days without eating. I was telling people back then, like, man, you're going to wish that you listened to this particular piece of advice, because when you're almost forced to do it, you're going to be suffering. You're going to be struggling. You're going to be struggling. Oh, Anthony, for sure. Hey, do what you got to do. Oh, Jay Will, man, I'm going to build on that. I'm going to build on that for sure, you know. But, yeah, man, we've been trying to warn. And then we ain't even going to talk about them restricting our supposed freedoms and things like that. Man, we hip. A lot of us, most 99% of the people tapped in, we black, so we already understand the whole Constitution and how a lot of that don't apply to us anyway. So we already be understanding that type of nonsense, man. That's only gonna get worse. Listen, Roe versus Wade, the gun reform, all of this stuff, man, that's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get more control unless we unify and we fight up against what's about to come. Unless we come together, man, unless we unify and we stand firm, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And what I mean by it's going to get worse, it's going to get worse in regards to what they tell us that we can do and cannot do. That's what's going to get worse. They're going to have total control over our decision making. That's what's going to get worse. They're going to have total control over what we eat. They're going to have total control over whether or not this baby lit, like all of this. They're going to have total control over a lot more. Y'all know y'all know the terminology, police state, martial law. Y'all know y'all know 10, 15 years ago, this was popular terminology. Now it's not so popular to mention a police state, martial law. But this is what they are creating. And they have been in the process of creating this for a very long time, even before I was born. But now everything is coming into fruition. Everything is coming into fruition, man. Everything, literally everything. It's exactly how they wanted it to unfold. Man, I got it's a book called Population Control. I think Jim Marrs is the author. I believe that's his name. But, man, they so slick with it. Not only do they operate on a business level. So, again, when you go in business, they tell you to have a 5-year, 10-year, 15, 20-year plan. Then have an exit strategy. The powers that be, that's what we're going to call them. The powers that be, they operate on the same type of basis and foundation. They have a business plan. So they know what's going to happen 5, 10, 15 years before it happened because they mapped it out. So in this book, Population Control, he talks about some of the elites talking about a deadly virus hitting the population and wiping out a large chunk of it. So this ain't nothing new under the sun. They was like, boom, to start off or to spark off like the police state, martial law, the depopulation agenda. They talk about a deadly virus. They have given us plenty of movies, things like that, you know? So again, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing is new. Boom, we hit them with this deadly virus. We force them to quarantine. Then boom, we gonna raise all the prices. Boom, then we gonna take this right from them. Then we gonna have a bunch of mass shooters come out of the gate and they gonna blame it on the pandemic. So boom, now we gotta create gun reform laws. Here we go. It's all adding up now. It's all making sense because now we finally got a virus that's stuck. You know, we done had plenty of viruses in our time, but some of them joints, they came and they went. This kind of unfolded how they wanted it to unfold. So like, all right, boom, we got one. It's sticking. Let's go. We gonna use this joint. And now here we go. It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse. Oh, Doris Gordon. Oh yeah, the food stamp. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's, I'm telling you, man. We about to start building. You know, we about to start building. Yeah, the New World Order. Yeah, hey, the dollar bill. I wish I had a dollar bill on me. We could break down that dollar bill, man. It's got all it's got all the symbolism. That dollar bill got all of the symbolism. Everything that they play, man, the dollar bill got it all on there. Symbolism. Come on. Jay, what you say? You say your prediction on any major changes in the U.S. in the next 10 years? Oh, my goodness. Man, where do we start? I always start in the health realm because that's where I'm at with it. You know, I'm a trainer, so I can tell you definitely what's going to happen in the next 10 years in regards to our health. It's already on the decline, but it is going to get way worse. Way worse out here, man. It is going to get way worse. I mean, the quality of the food is already pretty much garbage to the point where it's like even if you eating right these days, you still not getting the nutrients. But this whole pandemic set us back years. So you about to see, man, listen, you about to see the cancer, the diabetes, all of this stuff, man. It's about to start wiping people out early, like earlier. It's already happening. You know what I'm saying? It's already happening. But the main thing that's going to happen is the people that got the jab. 10 years is enough time for some of them side effects to start kicking in. So you might see a mad planet in about 10 years because you don't know what the side effects of the people that got jabbed up. Like 10 years, you might start seeing that type of stuff be revealed. So I wouldn't be surprised where you about to start seeing those rates that I'm talking about, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of that stuff. Them numbers are going to skyrocket. And a lot of that is going to be contributed to the jab. But they're not going to admit that, though. So 10 years, you go on the health side of things, you about to start seeing a lot of people die of heart disease. Like that's about to go. That's still the number one killer. But that number just going to increase. Cancer, that number's going to increase. And you're going to be like, Dad, what's happening? I guarantee you, when you look at it, it's going to be a lot of people that got jabbed up. They're going to be dying of heart disease. They're going to be dying of cancer. They're going to be diabetes, all of this. It's going to happen. So watch the numbers. Watch the numbers, man. Watch the numbers and watch how they increase. Just watch. Watch those numbers. That's the main thing that's going to happen in that department. Just watch those numbers. And you're going to start, like the mental health situation was really big before this happened. But yeah, they really going to start trying to utilize that to justify a lot of this nonsense that's going on with the mass shootings. We all know that that's some MK Ultra, though. That's like mind control. So we already know how that go, you know. So we going to have a few more situations like that. And they going to try to tie it back because, again, it ain't going to be no brothers or sisters for the most part. They might sprinkle one brother or sister in to do something crazy like that. But for the most part, it's going to be them. Then they going to tie it all back to mental health, and they going to tie it all back to the pandemic. So then when that happens, they going to try to create more laws, more restrictions. See, again, that's part of the freedom. They going to have everybody afraid to go somewhere. So then, boom, they going to start curfews, things like that, man. That's the police state that we talking about. So we semi had that when the pandemic happened. You couldn't, the curfew, you had to be an essential worker. So now what's gonna happen is people gonna start doing all this crazy mass shooting. Now people are afraid to go somewhere. Curfews. They gonna, hey, you gonna have to swipe a card to go. Like, it's gonna be all type of stuff that happen like that. All type of stuff. It's about to be all type of stuff happening. Marcus, we speaking on the world, man. We speaking on what's happening currently. We speaking on everything that's happening currently and how it has been predicted. And basically, the only way the way to predict things, we dealing with the universal language, mathematics. Mathematics deals with patterns. A lot of this stuff was predicted because we studying patterns. We studying patterns. So they about to control your food portions because they about to tell you that we have a food shortage. So they gonna control how much food we able to get. I'm telling you, all this stuff is real in the field. They gonna show you a TikTok. 2,000 cows died in Kansas. Boom. So they gotta feed the illusion. They gotta make the illusion appear real. They gotta make the illusion appear real. So it's like if we telling them it's a food shortage when really it's not, we gotta give them that false evidence. Oh, we gotta show them all these cows dying. So then that way, if they see that, then it's like, oh, it really is a food shortage out here. We really don't have food out here. And that's gonna justify the price of the food. Okay, oh man, it's really real out here. When really it's not. When really it's not. All of this is so they can implement rules, regulations, and that control, exercise that control. We gotta be on, hey, listen, Marcus, yes. I have to say jab because I've said the word and I have got videos taken down, which again, that's only gonna get worse. That's only gonna get worse. Mind you, you cannot say anything on these platforms. Everybody want to talk about freedom this, freedom that, freedom of speech. No, you don't have that when you're dealing with corporations, man. And the United States of America is a corporation. So when people start talking about freedom, when people start talking about laws, man, you understand that we're dealing with a corporation? When you go to a job, your job has what? They have a handbook, a rule book. They have policies, man. And if you do not abide by these policies, guess what? You get fired. The United States is a corporation just like your job. Just like your job, yo. Like it's a corporation. United States of America. You can literally look this up. You can literally look this up. Y'all can literally, I mean, this ain't even like, this is like actual information that you might be able to find this on Google still. But the United States is literally a corporation. That's literally what it is classified as. That's literally what it's classified as, man. Literally, man. So again, like YouTube, man, you can't build, you can't really say what you really want to say if it's in opposition to the status quo, to their agenda. Like, nah, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna silence that. We're gonna make the world view this person as crazy because they questioning the system. That is how people such as myself have been depicted. Man, it's a lot of people that came before me that would talk just like this, but the whole world looking at them like they crazy because they controlling the flow of information. They controlling what the people see through the media. So if 95% or 99% of what you see is what they want you to see, then when that 1% comes up and tell you everything that they showing you is a lie, what you gonna do? You gonna believe that 99%. You gonna be like, nah, that don't make any sense. Why would they say this? Why would they not tell us this? Why would America do this? Why would America do that? Why would they want to kill all these black people? Why would they want to kill all these? You know what I'm saying? Now you're programmed. You're programmed. Jay Will, man, that was one of my predictions back in the day, and it wasn't even a prediction. It was just through studying, doing the knowledge. I was reading a lot of political books at the time, and they was talking about the agenda. Middle class, rid themselves of the middle class. They want two classes, rich, poor. That was part of the objective. Eliminate the middle class. You either rich or you poor. That's part of the agenda. You either rich or you poor. You know, middle class, non-existent. So yeah, most definitely. To answer the question, yes, because that's a part of their agenda. Most definitely. And I have been talking about that for a minute. Either rich or you poor. What's one way to make that a reality? Increase the prices on everything. Gas prices through the roof. Food prices through the roof. In a minute, you ain't gonna have no choice but to get rich to afford living. To afford living. You know, OG, yeah, for sure. And this is what I read this. I think Amos N. Wilson. I think he wrote this. I think he said this. Basically, the laws are only as powerful as those that enforce them. So that's what people don't really be understanding. Like, yeah, we have laws, but then you have people that enforce the law. So if the people that enforce the law are crooked, what do we have? What do we have? So even if we think we have rights, man, these people that enforce them, like, man, they violate them all the time because we dealing with corporations. We dealing with a corporation. Dealing with a corporation. Antonio, for sure, man. One thing I saw too with the whole Roe versus Wade joint that I can't stand, and this is when I start to spaz, and I feel like I come across this all the time, every time. Now, again, y'all heard what I said about it in my previous stream about an hour ago. But that Roe versus Wade, why did I have to come across the religious folks, like the Catholic Church in particular? Now, that's when I start having a problem. Like when they start saying, oh, their prayers have been answered after 50 years. Thank God that they didn't ban abortions. All right, now I get upset. Because now that starts to sound stupid to me. Like my whole perspective goes out the window when religious folks start saying that and make it seem like this was an act of some God. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't bring your religion into this, man. Please don't. Please don't bring your religion into this, man. Why do y'all have to do that? Why does that have to be done every freaking time? Why must we bring our religion into something like this, man? What does that, like, why? Why? Like, I done seen articles about the Catholic Church. I'm talking about going crazy. Talking about their prayers have been answered after 50 years. So now a person don't have, and this is how hypocritical, this is how contradictory the Catholic Church sounds. It's very contradictory. I read the article and they was like, yeah, after 50 years, our prayers have been answered. Now a person doesn't have the power to decide if someone lives or dies. Basically dies because they banned an abortion. So now a person don't have the power to make that decision. You idiots, a person had to give you, listen, who came up with that decision? Who made that decision? What does the Supreme Court, what does all that consist of? People, you idiots. You idiots. That sounds so stupid. The Catholic Church was talking about, oh, now a person doesn't have the power to decide if a baby comes into this world or not. Which the or not is what they are focused on. But you idiots, who approved it? Was it not a person? Was it not a group of people that approved it? But oh no, I guess that has something to do with your God. That sounds so stupid. That sounds so stupid. Like that's the dumb. That'd be some of that's the dumbest stuff I done heard. So you saying, oh, our prayers have been answered. Thank God. Now a lady doesn't have the power to say that a life doesn't deserve to come into existence. Thank God. Whole while, who approved it? Was it not man that approved it? Was it not a group of men that approved it? You know what I'm saying? Like this ban didn't come from some heavens above and then come down to us. That ain't how that happened. That's not how all of this got passed. That's not how all of this got approved. Was it not a group of dudes? Was it not a group of men? Was it not a group of people that made the decision? But how all of a sudden now we crediting God? That's what the Catholic Church is on. So when I see that, that's when I start getting a little upset. You know, my perspective gonna go out the window. I'm like, I be wanting to tell church folks, please be quiet. Please be quiet. Shakir, peace, what's happening? Beach reincarnated for sure. Appreciate that donation. And yeah, for those cases, most definitely. And that's what I was saying in my previous stream. Hopefully, this leads to better decisions on both sides. Now, for those extreme cases, unfortunately, it's messed up. Like if you was abused, raped, molested, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate because I feel like you should be able to make the decision on those extreme cases. I feel like you should be able to be like, nah, you know, so that those cases, that's very unfortunate for the states that decide to ban it, you know, because people don't really understand what just happened. Like, you know, they approved it, but that doesn't necessarily mean all states are about to enforce that law or enforce that rule. So now the states get to make that decision now, like whether we gonna ban it or not type deal. So that's what's actually going down. Like I said, Missouri, y'all know where I'm at. Missouri couldn't wait. Missouri like, yep, it's banned, boom. D. Alex, peace, what's happening? You know, but like I said, even with the whole abortion topic, man, I try to steer clear of it, you know, sensitive subject. That's one of the only sensitive subjects that I don't really go too deep in on. But like I said, for them extreme cases, man, I feel like they should definitely have a right to make that decision. I mean, if you was raped, like I said, you should be able to like, nope. And then that person that raped you should die. Like, that's always been my perspective. That's always been my stance on it. That's always been my stance. That has always been my stance. A family member molested you, and then when you try to go reveal that to the other family members and they telling you, they like you're lying, your uncle would never do that, your aunt would never touch you, and then the truth comes out, they deserve death. Like, them people do not deserve to live. They don't deserve to live, man. Jay Will, and that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, Missouri. I think Missouri was the first state though to enforce it. If I ain't mistaken, I think Missouri was the first state. TR, yeah, 100%. Even with the pandemic, you had certain, like even where I'm at, you got a St. Louis County, you got a St. Louis City. The mask mandates were different depending on where you was at. Certain areas you didn't have to wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? Certain areas you did. You know, so when they passed the mask mandate, like still certain counties and whatnot could enforce them or didn't have to. You know, so that's how this stuff kind of goes. But yeah, Antonio, man, case by case. That's how I feel like this shit. Fair trial, man. What happened to that? Ain't that somewhere, you know, the right to fair trial? Is that not also written there? Like, I feel like that's the right to fair trial, man. If you was raped, molested, boom, it's some incest going on. It's like, all right, let's reevaluate this. Let's not automatically tell her she can't do this. Like, it ain't that cut and dry, man. And again, like, I don't care what the percentages are. We just speaking on those extreme cases because that's a reality, man. You know, it happens, bro. Like, it happens. You know, so again, like when that's the situation, man, it shouldn't just be automatically, nope, you can't abort. Like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, that's traumatizing. Do you know, I can only imagine. And as a man, I would never know how this feels because I'm not able to give birth. Could you imagine as a woman being raped and then being forced to have a child and have to look at that child and see your rapist in that child? Can anybody imagine? I can't because I don't have to give birth to a child. I can create the child, but I don't have to carry that child in my womb for 9 months and I don't have to give birth to that child. You know, I don't have to do that. So can you imagine as a woman getting raped, boom, having to endure the pregnancy, bow, have the child looks just like the person that raped you. Do you realize how traumatizing that is? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, man, when it's a situation like that, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's sick, man. I don't think anybody should have to go through something like that, man. I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine if that was me. Like, if somebody, boom, if somebody raped me and then I had to look at a child for my whole life, take care of the child, and every time I look at the child, I see the person that raped me. Oh, no. No. Nope. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't function like that. So we setting the children, man. I'm honest. I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm gonna end up hating that child, man. Like, I ain't gonna be. It's gonna take a lot for me not to resent that child. Like, if I'm looking at you and I'm seeing a person that raped me and molested me, like, nah. It's gonna take a lot of therapy for me to be able to handle something like that. So I can only imagine. I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. There are women that have had, that have had babies after they have been raped. So I can only, more power to a woman that been through that. I can't speak on that. I can't act like I would ever know what that feels like. So that's why I feel so strongly about the women that been through that being able to make a choice, because that sounds traumatizing. That sounds traumatizing, fam. Like, that sounds traumatizing. Like, but then, like we said, on the flip side, be more responsible. If it's consensual and you just woke up and said you're not ready, nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Daria, you say it's all so dumb. I'm over society. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, we need to go to Mars or something. Straight up. What advice would you give young people who barely got to enjoy life before 2020? Man, that's a good question. Man, I give young people, because I deal with young people. I deal with a lot of young people through my training, through my work. And the biggest thing I tell young people, man, the biggest thing, literally, and it sounds like a broken record, but focus on yourself. Because that's something that I didn't do. I was listening to everybody else. Whole while, what we call a gut feeling, intuition, whatever you want to call it. Whole while, I'm kind of knowing what sounds right. I'm kind of knowing what I should do and what I shouldn't do. But I'm listening to everybody else. I'm letting everybody else kind of dictate my direction. So I tell the young bulls, man, just, focus on yourself, focus on your growth and development. The world shut down, you can't enjoy the outside world. Okay, look inside, internally. Read more, pick up some books. We can do that. So get lost in that world. So then when the world opened back up, it's like, all right, cool. I did my internal reflection when the world was shut down, when we couldn't enjoy life. I did a lot of that. That was a peaceful time for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. So now, okay, the world's opening back up now. Okay, back to focusing on yourself. Don't try to rush anything. Don't try to make up for lost time. That's what people are doing. They're like, oh, man, the world was shut down for X, Y, and Z. We couldn't go nowhere. Now they're trying to make up for lost time, trying to rush everything. Slow down, chill out. It was a reason. It was a reason why that happened. It was a reason why we had to sit down. Not for you to come back out here and try to rush life. Slow down. Slow down. Now we live in, like, the world, everybody trying to move way too fast now because of what just happened. Because we was cooped up in the houses for so long. No, chill out. Chill out. People taking trip after trip after trip because they missed it. Slow down. Focus on your legacy. Focus on building your empire. Continue to stack the money that you said you were stacking while you was cooped up in the house. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. People out here, man, I'm telling people taking 6-7 trips, but we talking about the gas is too high. Man, it seems like people be having some money out here, though. I'll be law for sure. For sure. Oh, Jay Will, I feel like, and that's actually a good, you know what I'm saying? That's a good question, Jay Will. That's a very great question. That's why sometimes I feel like we should deal in equality, and that's a slippery slope. And the reason why I say that, Jay Will, that's a slippery slope because it's a very slippery slope. Because I feel like in those cases where that can definitely be proven, case by case. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't just automatically tell them what they can or cannot do for the cases that can be proven. But why I say it's a slippery slope? Because now we gotta acknowledge the fact that you have had plenty of women out here also that have screamed rape when they were in fact not raped. You know, so that complicates everything too. So we gotta acknowledge that side. So we definitely have women out here getting raped. That's happening. But then we also have the flip side where women have said they got raped and that wasn't even the case. You know, so that's why I say for the cases that can definitely be proven, which is the fair trial. You know what I'm saying? When we go to trial and we prove that it was rape, and we able to say definitively that she was raped by dude, then there we go. Now she got the decision. But we also got to acknowledge the fact where women didn't scream rape and it did not happen. You know, so we got to deal with that side also. You know, so for the cases that we can definitively prove after fair trial, as they call it, then it's like, all right, she deserves to make that decision. So I feel like that's how it should operate. But that's not how it's operating. B-Law, what you say? Do you think women that will lie about rape just for abortions to happen with false accusations increase because of this law? You know what I'm saying, man? I don't know. But one thing everybody is saying for sure though is like child support about to go up. You see where the minds you see where our minds go, like child support gonna go up. Like that's where our minds started to go. Like, man, come on, man. Put some better energy into the atmosphere. Put some better energy into the atmosphere. We already talking about child support gonna go up. Believe it or not, I done seen plenty of people joking about it too. I'm not gonna joke about it. Roe versus Wade, as a man, I'm not joking about it. I feel like it's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got a dark sense of humor at times, but man, this one I ain't finna joke about this one. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna do that one. I ain't gonna do that there. Like I ain't my sense of humor ain't that dark, man. I ain't really gonna joke about that joint, man. I ain't gonna joke about it, but man, people already talking about, oh yeah, child support payments gonna go up, this, that, and the third. Condom sales, people talking about investing in condom, like companies that make condoms. Like this is where we at with it. Like we have a lack of self-control. Like instead of us practicing self-control, which that's the best form of birth control, self-control. I think Common said that in the song, man. I think Common said that in a song with it was either Lauryn Hill or Erykah Badu. I think he said something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing it. But you know, that's like the best form of birth control I heard. Self-control. Where is the self-control? Moni, your priorities are garbage. Our priorities have been like our priorities are garbage across the board. Man, just pick an area and our priorities are garbage. Politics, we have garbage priorities. Health and fitness, garbage priorities. Our finances, garbage priorities. Schools, garbage priorities. Like we have terrible priorities everywhere. You know, so we gotta, that self-control for what it is. They like, oh man, the reality of it is this, that, and the third. But man, we gotta start exercising another reality out here, man. Seriously. Y'all, we hypersexualize, man. We hypersexualize. Like seriously, we hypersexualize. At one point in time, it was kind of cool. Like, at one point in time, it kind of meant something to have sex. Nowadays, man, this stuff is like routine. Like it don't mean absolutely nothing these days. Like sex ain't nothing these days. At one point, man, it used to be semi-sacred. Or at least the energy was like that idea was in the atmosphere that it's supposed to be sacred. Now don't nobody care anything about that. Like at least at one point, the energy was in the atmosphere. It was telling you that, hey, sex is sacred. Your body is a temple. Whether people was practicing it or not, who knows? Who cares? But at least that energy was in the atmosphere. That energy is dead. Like, ain't nobody really saying that these days. Don't nobody care anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody out here saying, oh, your body is a temple. Sex is sacred. The minority is saying that. Like, man, you get on social media now, man, everything, man, hypersexual. Ain't nobody caring nothing about a temple. Ain't nobody caring nothing about that. Ain't nobody caring anything about no sexual discipline. Nobody caring. They don't want to hear nothing about that. They don't want to hear anything about it. What are you talking about? Sexual discipline? What's that? We ain't doing that. We ain't practicing that. We ain't finna be on that type of vibe. So it's a cold world out here, man. Like I said, and I just hope y'all ready, cause it's about to get even colder. Hope y'all ready, man. And this ain't even on no pessimistic vibes, because what they say, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's the key. That's why I've been talking about self-sufficiency for the longest, because you gonna have to operate like that. Listen, you ain't gonna be able to, these jobs, like, again, rich or you poor. You know what I mean? So, like, the only way to really build up that wealth is to be self-sufficient. You're not going to be able to, if you work in these jobs, you're going to have to work about 4 or 5 of them to survive out here. Like, it's going to get to that point. You know, so you got to figure out that purpose, man. You got to build that wealth up so you can survive and thrive out here, man. So if you relying on them, like, nope, you're going to have to kill yourself by working. You're going to have to kill yourself in corporate America in order to survive out here. And keyword, survive. You know, not enjoy life, but just survive. Like, that's where we at with it. That's why I've been talking about self-sufficiency, man. Make sure you learn and master some things outside of your 9 to 5. That if you so happen to leave that 9 to 5, you can fall back on these things and it's generating wealth. You acquiring assets. Like, this is why this stuff is important. Have these assets. So if things get really real, you still good. Look what happened when the pandemic hit and people was losing jobs. Man, we got to get on what? Unemployment. So we dependent on the system. We should not, that system should not have that much control over us, to the point where if we lose our jobs, then we got to rely on them to pay us. What if they tell us no? What if the world shut down and they said, unemployed, we ain't gonna give y'all any money? What if that happened? Now, one thing, they already knew the world would have went mad, but they got the power to do that. They were like, man, we ain't giving y'all nothing. Y'all should have been saving. What if they told us that? A large chunk of the population needed that unemployment. Large chunk of the population. A large chunk of the population needed that unemployment. I mean, they needed that. If they didn't get that unemployment, it ain't no telling. If these complexes wouldn't have been like, man, it's okay if you don't pay your rent for this long, but eventually you're gonna have to pay it back, which we starting to see some of those consequences. You know, so we gotta get it together, man. We gotta get it together. Like, we gotta get it together for sure, man. Like I said, that's why I'm always talking about being self-sufficient. Again, y'all gotta understand, man. Listen, when they say things like the first shall be last and the last shall be first, when they say things like what goes around comes around, we gotta understand that, man. It could get to a point where we living how they used to live back in the day. That's everything coming back full circle. You know, that's life coming back at us. Nothing new under the sun. Doris Gordon, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Get your body right. I'm talking about we need to be in tip-top shape. You know what I'm saying? You need to be mastering your body weight. You need to make sure your endurance is up. Work that hard out. You got to learn how to survive off of less food. Things like that. This is important. These are survival skills, man. Miss Nia, peace, what's happening? Jay Will, you say any new goals with your channel? Great content lately, even though I haven't caught your live streams recently. Hey, the new goal is to just go in and go off. You know, until they ban it, if they ban it. Go in and go off. Like that's all I'm on. Go in and go off. Like I said, I'm gonna go back for the people that know, but I don't think I see anybody in this stream that may have been my friend on that particular page back in the day when I was on Facebook on my very first page that no longer exists. I was Illuminati Bell. If you're a Tupac fan like me, you know what the Illuminati stands for. You know what that's all about. So I used to be on that page going in. I'm talking about going in on everything. You know what I'm saying? The medical industry, going in on religion, going in on politics, going in on everything, exposing it all to the point where I had those people all in my inbox telling me I need to watch what I say. I done told this story before. Y'all, you need to watch what you say. Same profile that do that. I try to click on it. A day later, the profile, it's gone all of a sudden. It vanished. No longer exists. So somebody tried to give me a warning that a page don't exist. Things like that. That's my new goal, to get back into that mode. That's what's lacking. It's lacking because they are regulating that information. And some of our good brothers that used to be on that, they have now shifted their content. It's a little softer now because they trying to stick around. But we ain't gonna do that. Oh, Antonio, for sure. I couldn't remember, man. That was so long ago. You know what I'm saying? But when I was on that page, I'm talking about, that was an infamous page. You know, you either loved me or you hated me. It wasn't no in between with the way I was coming back then. You either really rocked with what I was on or you hated me, because I wasn't holding no punches, man. I talked about everything, anybody that wasn't making sense, man. I was going in on it. Anything that I felt like was contributing to some brainwashing, I was going off. The most unpopular of opinions, I was going off. You know, I was one of the few black people. When Obama was in office, I was like, I don't care nothing about that. I was going off. You know, people wasn't liking that. People wasn't liking what I was on. But then there was also people loving it. You know, so I feel like that's what's missing. Everybody trying to follow these trends, and I'm gonna talk about relationships. I'm gonna talk about this, whatever is bringing in the money. I don't care about that. We're gonna expose. Now we gotta try to do some of these things in code. So every now and then you gotta sprinkle in a different type of content. Every now and then. You know, so we focusing on exposing, and we focusing on empowering the people. And we can expose and we can empower in all realms, in all different areas. Whether, like I said, it's politics, religion, health and fitness, all these areas. Man, we can expose and we can empower. You know? That's the objective. Expose, empower. So people, they know what's going on. And then when you know what's going on, now you know what to do. Your son, peace, what's happening? So straight up, man. Again, and I'm always in knowledge of self mode. So I'm always trying to encourage people to get that knowledge of self. You know, I'm always going to be on that type of vibe. Just educating people in that lane. Always going to be on that type of vibe. You know, so that's what it's about, man. This government ain't never been for us. You know, this government ain't never been for us. That's why they always ban an individual when they start talking like that. But not too many people are bold enough to do it because they instilled that fear in us. They killed some of our greatest leaders right in front of our eyes, man. Right in front of our eyes. We watched them. We watched them assassinate folks. When they start speaking a certain language, okay, they got to go. And we're going to make the whole world see it. And then they didn't even been so slick as to make it seem like it was us that killed us. Whole while behind the scenes, they doing it. It's government involvement. You know? What we call the unseen hand. So when you start to expose that unseen hand, boom, you on that list. You own it. You know what I'm saying? They watching you. They watch you in the sense of they try to see how influential you are. The more influential you are, the more dangerous you become. But the good thing about the area that we live in, they have messed themselves up. The good thing about the area that we live in is, boom, we streaming. We documenting a lot more. Boom, so something crazy happened, man. We got it on the phone. Something weird happening. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done seen me talk about the government, something weird happening. I'm live streaming, so y'all seeing it. That don't mean it's gonna be effective, but y'all seeing it. Back in the day, man, you wasn't able to really stream. You can't stream that. You know, you saying people following you, you saying people doing this, and you just sound crazy. Well, now we can stream, we can show people. Oh man, hey, ever since I started talking about this, look what's happening. Boom, here you go. You know, so it is what it is. Hey, we keep our head on a swivel when we start presenting certain pieces of information. We know what it is. We know what it is. We know what's happening. We prepare for it. We're not gonna run from it. We're not gonna run from speaking the truth. I would be an irresponsible man if I didn't speak the truth. You know, I would be irresponsible. I would not be fulfilling my purpose in life if I didn't speak this truth, man. People need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all those brothers and sisters that have inspired me just for standing up, speaking the truth when it was never popular. You know how much heart that takes? Man, I could so easily be like, nope, I'm gonna get on here and talk about what everybody else is talking about. I could so easily just talk about what's popular, what's trending, celebrity this, celebrity that. I could easily do that. I really could easily do that. That would be nothing. I can easily just scope these these YouTube channels and see what channel's making the most money, and I can emulate these channels, and I can do very well doing that. But nah, we got a duty. Doris Garden, hey, you might be on to something, you know. You might be on to something. You know, he talks about that community that they don't like you to talk about. Angelic Peace, what's happening? What's the word? Zero, what's happening? Doris Garden, don't even get me started, man. You know, talking about heart, talking about all that type of stuff, man. Just the amount of people that just looked at me like, oh, you crazy, like that's not happening. It's like, man, it's a lot of evidence out here that's letting you know that that's the case. If you don't think that they have any type of control over the weather in certain circumstances, I don't know what to tell you. Like they literally will literally put this information out here, letting you know that, hey, we can cause earthquakes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have to do a whole video on that. But like, man, for real, like they got the tech now, like they letting you know they got it. People still like, nah, they ain't doing that. Why would they do that? Why would my government cause an earthquake and kill innocent people? That's the type of stuff that people would ask me. Why would my government do that? Why would the government kill innocent people? Y'all must not know the agenda. Like I said, get the book Population Control. Jim Mars, get that book. Get that book. That will answer that question of why would they cause earthquakes and kill innocent people. That will answer that question. That would easily answer that question. But I got so sick, you know, of being called a conspiracy theorist, man. When it like all that meant was I was questioning things. That's all that it meant, man. Like I was not afraid to question the status quo. I wasn't afraid to dig a little deeper than the surface. I got sick of that. I'm like, dude, I'm not just sitting around thinking of some of this stuff. Like I'm reading and I'm watching stuff. I'm like, man, look, I'm watching a movie and I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like they got oil spills that actually happened in movies. So I'm like, dang, this oil spill happened in this movie 5 or 6 years before the actual oil spill happened. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't know about y'all, but I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in coincidences like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I see a movie and they had the oil spill in the movie before the oil spill happened and it happened the same way that it happened in the movie, that's telling me something. Like that tells me something. I'm not just gonna ignore that. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Now, how they know that was gonna happen? That's interesting. To me, that's interesting. That's just a coincidence. How do you pick? How is something like that an oil spill? How ironic! Y'all got an oil spill in a movie, and then 3-4 years later, it happens just like it. Come on, man. But it was people that was literally. That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying. They was like, oh, that's just a coincidence. It's just a movie. Woo, woo, woo. Like, dude, really? So y'all telling me things just a movie. The same people that can't watch some of these movies. Like, oh, you got to close your eyes during a movie. Boom, you can't watch it because it's getting too gory. It's just a movie. What if I told you that? You still can't watch it, man. There's a lot of truth in these movies, man. That's how they shield the truth, by placing it in something called entertainment. What better way to put the truth right in your face than insert it in something that's labeled as entertainment? Like, oh, that's just entertainment. That's where we can place the truth. That's where we can hide it. We can put it right in their face and we gonna label this entertainment. They don't take entertainment seriously. That's how that happens. Beast reincarnated, 100%. Yeah. Moni, exactly. And that's listen, and that be my exact reasoning for not getting outraged. Like when the police was, you know what I'm saying? Like when Mike Brown, when all that stuff was happening, a lot of people was getting amped. Woo. Man, I can't believe I'm finna go protest. A lot of people thought I was gonna be behind that. I'm like, dude, I'm not about to go protest. I'm not going down there and I'm not about to holler at these police. I'm not about to holler at these people. First of all, that's what they want us to do. So they can plant certain people in there to cause riots. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they want to do. So then they plant people in there, cause the riot. Now they got the green light to do whatever they want to do to us. Boom. So they want us to go do that. It's too predictable. You know what I mean? Like that. And then secondly, that's exactly what I said. I said, man, they are just doing what they are trained to do. So I'm not about to feed into that. I'm not about to go, I'm not about to be reactionary. Oh, they killed us. Let me go march and hoop and holler. Man, they don't care anything about that. And then if anything, we just go tear up our neighborhoods. Man, they don't care anything. Go ahead, tear up your gas station. Tear up your mom and pop shop. Tear up your beauty supply store in your neighborhood. Go right ahead. Go right ahead, do it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing that, man, because that was predictable. They wanted us to do that. They knew that was gonna happen. Boom, we gonna bow. Here we go. Innocent black man killed. We shot and killed him. Whoop. They finna go down here protest. All right, we gonna have our agents in there. Boom, boom, boom. Place our agents in the crowd. We gonna have them do something crazy. They gonna throw some. Boom. They gonna throw something at one of the cops. Boom. There we go. Green light. Let's get it. Like, come on, man. Like that's they doing their duty. Wicked is as wicked does. Like, man, these wicked folks, corrupt folks. They just being corrupt. It's like a snake. You know what I'm saying? Like when that snake does what's in its nature to do, like how you gonna be mad at the snake? You know what I'm saying? Like you messing with the snake. You got the snake out of its original, and you mad that the snake bit you. Like, dude, a snake is gonna be a snake. The government gonna be the government. You know what I'm saying? Corrupt people gonna be corrupt. Y'all better start accepting people for what they are and who they are. Y'all better stop. Why would I go hoop and holler at a bunch of devils and expect for them to turn righteous? How that sound? How does that sound? I'm finna go hoop and I'm finna go stand up and I'm about to go yell at a bunch of devils and be like, y'all need to change. Y'all need to become righteous. Y'all shouldn't be killing us. Y'all shouldn't be doing this to a bunch of devils. They not gonna change. They not finna change because I'm out here hooting and hollering and yelling at them. They ain't finna change. They finna sit there like, boom, soon as something happens, we finna go crazy. We finna start shooting. We finna start locking people up. We finna start slamming them. The water hoses, letting the dogs loose. Man, they don't care anything about me hooping and hollering at them. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Like, that stuff is pointless to be hooping and hollering at them. Like, nah, we do a better job of just educating those of us that could unify and do something. Talking to them, yelling at them ain't doing absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. Come on, man. Absolutely anything. Their true colors have been revealed. So again, accept them for who they are. They're gonna be exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? This government is gonna be corrupt. As long as it's standing on this foundation that this country was built upon, the government is gonna be corrupt. That's just what they're gonna be. That's just what they're gonna be. That's just what they're gonna be. Don't expect otherwise. Don't expect otherwise. Now, again, I know this is not popular information. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm supposed to be out here, you know, talking about black women or something, or talking bad about black men. Hey, enough of that. Let's talk about this government. Let's talk about the politics. Hey, let's talk about these folks being brainwashed by their religion. Yeah, don't think I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Don't think I done forgot about that just because I ain't mentioned it. You know, I still see y'all brainwashed by this religion out here, man. I still see some of y'all, man, that can't let that go. You know, that can't let it go. That can't let it go. Like, I'm talking about the Catholic Church, man. Like I said, man, y'all out here thanking God that this Roe versus Wade decision is what it is. Brainwashed, man. Come on, man. Have a mind of your own. To some degree, you know what I mean? To some degree, you should be able to be like, nah, like this ain't right. Like it ain't right for me to be that happy about this. Like that don't even like, you know what I mean? It don't make sense for me to be like thanking God for this. Like that don't make any sense. That's what it means to have your own mind to some degree. Like, all right, yeah, you know, this religion, it is what it is. It done got me through, it didn't help me out. But man, I'm not about to be thanking God for like this decision. Like that don't make any sense. Like that don't make any sense. I'm not finna go that far. You know what I'm saying? Like have a mind of your own. To some degree. Because again, you're gonna have influence everywhere, man. All your decisions revolve around some type of influence, man. But again, don't be afraid to question. Don't just start rambling off stuff, man, because you was told to. Come on, man. All right, Tony. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw some people talking about Clarence Thomas. I gotta do the knowledge though. I ain't fully get a chance to look at it though, but I saw some people talking about him. Oh, Devin, for sure. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna change that name. I'm going back to Illuminati Bell, man. People do not understand. Man, I have man, people just don't know. Some people do. But people don't know how I can get when it comes to some of this stuff. That's why I was telling people way back in the day. I'm like, man, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even want to get on YouTube, man, because I already know what's going to happen. If I start talking about what I want to talk about, the page ain't going to last long. But now I know and understand something, though. You know, when I put the energy out here and I focus on my purpose, hey, the people going to find me. So, again, if something happened to this page, man, y'all going to find me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to find the kid. It's other ways to function outside of YouTube and things like that. Like I said, we about to start building in the physical. We able to travel now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to start putting that stuff back into motion. I was in the process of doing that. Then the pandemic told us nope. You know what I'm saying? So that put that to a halt. But now I'm about to get in the process of going back to setting up these these events in different cities, man. I'm about to get back on that ball because it wasn't nothing to it. It ain't really that hard of a process. It ain't that complicated of a process. So I'm about to get back. I'm about to get back on that because that's the next step. So we can say what we want to say. We ain't got to worry about getting banned and things like that. You know what I mean? So we about to rally up the troops. We about to have people across the, you know what I'm saying, across this country on a certain type of vibe. Like that's where we at with it. You know what I mean? That's where we at with it. We gotta take this show on the road. You know, we gotta take this show on the road. We can't say too much on these platforms, you know? Can't say too much because they tapped in. They tapped in. They are big time tapped in. Big time tapped in. They tapped in. They are tapped in, so we can't say too much. But at the end of the day, it's like I feel like I'm in a position to say whatever I want to say because I feel like I was already in the system way back in the day. So I feel like at this point, everybody just pretty much know what I'm on. So it don't really. I say whatever I want to say now. At this point, there will be no opportunities in corporate America for me. Ain't nobody finna give me no opportunity. So I either got to do my own thing or I'm done out here. You know. So I'm at that point in life. You think I'm gonna be able to walk in some job and earn a living when somebody look me up and they finna see all this? Nah, I'm as good as done. You know what I'm saying? So I already accepted my reality. So I'm gonna speak my mind. Some of them are watching this. You know, we got some people, we got some spies, agents, bots, whatever you want to call them, some government officials watching this right now. Because I didn't mention keywords, watching it right now. They watching it right now. They part of the 60. They watching it right now. They listening to everything that I am saying. The alerts are going off. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He mentioned in certain words. Somebody watch it. Doris Gore for sure. It's crazy. It's crazy you say that. Because I actually train a lady, a travel nurse, and she's from DC. So that's crazy. Like I connected across the globe. So I'm most definitely gonna make my way around there. Terenzo, what's happening? Fetty, for sure. For sure. And notice, I'm glad you said real men. I'm glad you said that. Because they don't care about the sell. Like, yeah, they don't care about them. They don't care about the sellouts. They don't care about them. Like, yeah, all right, they good. But the real men, most definitely, being watched, being monitored, under surveillance. So at this point, we know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know it. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, they tapped in. When I order books online, like, they know what I'm ordering. They tracking that. They like, man, this dude ordering X, Y, and Z. What this dude on? What this dude on? Let's watch him. We gotta look at his ordering patterns. So it is what it is, man. I've accepted my reality a long time ago, you know. So it's either do for myself or perish out here. I ain't relying on anything in reference to this system, man. That's over with for me. Over with. The world that, hey, people just look me up and they gonna find, oh, look at this dude, look what he's talking about. Oh no, we not allowing him to come up in here. Nope. But that's cool with me. Hey, the people got my back. At least I hope y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hope that the people will have my back. DB, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Phone tap, what they call him, big brother. I mean, that ain't my brother, you know, but they brother, you know, always listening. Zero, it's about to come a time where we ain't even gonna have no choice. Where that's just gonna we gonna have to live like that naturally. You know what I mean? Like we gonna have to. Bonafide, oh yeah, for sure. Mr. Tequila, peace, what's happening? Tequila, peace, what's happening? Terenzo, man, I'm telling you, you know, they forced me, my gut, man. I had all type of different names, man. What y'all really don't know is crazy thing is I had like 10 YouTube pages back in the day. I used to stay making YouTube pages. And this was me being extra paranoid, extra cautious back in the day. I'm trying to tell y'all I was on it. I just never took YouTube serious. But when I did, man, I had like, to be realistic, I had like 5 or 6 YouTube pages. Now, the pages, y'all will never be able to guess them because the names was like weird. But I did that on purpose. I was like, boom, if something happened on this page, I'm going to just go to this page. So I already had like 5 YouTube pages set up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, boom, I'm finna just create 5 pages. And I'm going to focus on one. Then, boom, something happened to that one. I'm going to just move to this one. So I was already, that's the type of vibe I was on. I was on that vibe. I had about 5 different YouTube pages ready. Like, all right, if they do something to this page, then I'm gonna go to this page. That's how I'm finna move. Like, they ain't finna stop me. I'm gonna just jump ship. Boom. Get everybody right back to this page, man. They ain't finna hold me. And this was, you know what I'm saying? It's like 10 years ago. I'm talking about the name. Y'all never guess any of them names, man. I had the craziest names. Craziest names, man. I did not like using my name on the joints, man. My name's, like I said, Illuminati Bell was the first one, man. I done went Universal Adam. That's my righteous name is what they call it. So I went by all type of different names, man. I had a million different rap names back when I rap. You know what I'm saying? So I was going hard trying not to reveal the name. Even though I was already, you know, they already knew it, but Montel, man, for the most part, I was posting a lot of my music. But at that time, my music was overly political. You know what I'm saying? Like the content of my music was crazy. I even had like I went back in the day, you know, to give y'all some. I actually, at that time, I guess it was considered going viral. But I did a political freestyle. I've actually redid that freestyle on here before. But I did a political freestyle back in the day. It was on YouTube. And that mug did some nice numbers. That mug went viral, and I was talking about everything, man. I think that was around the time they caught Osama bin Laden, and I did a political freestyle revolving around that. Went in on that, and that mug went viral, man. That mug went viral. I was like, that's when I said when I was doing my music, I was getting a lot of people from the UK. South Africa, man, they was loving that little freestyle that I did. They was loving it. You know, the people, other than the people in the United States, man, the people outside of the United States was loving that particular freestyle. And that mug had caught on. Needless to say, you cannot find that freestyle today on YouTube. But I never deleted it. I never deleted this freestyle. Never. But it don't exist anymore. But I never manually went in and deleted it. But you cannot find it. It's just like it don't exist. But I uploaded it on YouTube, man. It was around the time where they supposedly caught Osama bin Laden. And I mapped out the agenda. Man, I said something along the lines of the other day the people celebrated the death of Osama. That was just another heroic attempt to get the people to re-elect Obama. Like that was a line in the song. So I was already letting y'all know what the agenda was. I was like, boom, they celebrating the death of Osama. That was just an heroic attempt to get the people to re-elect Obama. Man, that's it. I'm letting y'all know in this song, in the freestyle, what they doing and why they doing it. So y'all can understand why something like that didn't stay up long, you know? So that's what I was on my other pages. I be dropping my music on different pages. Like I upload a video on this page, upload something on that page. You know, that's how I was doing it. And y'all already know my history with music. I got tired of dealing with people, so I just stopped rapping, I stopped writing, I stopped doing all that. But yeah, I initially was gonna be on YouTube for music purposes. I was about to start going hard with the music. That didn't happen. So once that didn't happen, I fell off. I wasn't on YouTube like that. Cause I was like, man, I ain't want to get on YouTube and talk. I just wanted to do music. I just wanted to do the poetry. I just wanted to do the freestyle stuff like that. I didn't want to do this. So when I started doing the music, when the music wasn't consistent, I'm like, I ain't fooling with YouTube. I ain't doing that. But I used to show my age a little bit, which is crazy. I used to be on Ustream. I don't even know if y'all know what Ustream is or was. Some of y'all may know. But I used to be on Ustream back when that was a thing. And I used to be on that joint talking a little bit. So I was streaming before, you know what I'm saying? I was streaming before that was cool to do. You know, so hey, it is what it is. So I was ahead of the game in that regards. You know, not even ahead of the game, but I do feel like in some instances I was like what they say before your time, things like that. You know, with the eating healthy, it wasn't many black people on that type of vibe. It wasn't too many black people. I still remember to this day back when I initially went vegan, and a lot of people, like most black people, they was like, man, what is that? They didn't even know what veganism meant. You know what I mean? Like now you know. But back when I was making that transition, man, I was literally having to explain to people what that meant. They thought veganism and vegetarianism was the exact same thing. So they didn't really know what the definition was, you know? So I'm having to break this stuff down to folks like, dang, I thought people knew what this meant. You know, so hey, in some aspects, I feel like, man, I was ahead of my time on some things. You know, I was ahead of my time on some things, man. I feel like I was that way. And then I feel like the introverted personality kind of messed me up too, because I was more so like on Facebook. I could have recorded a lot of this. Now I did musically, but I ain't got access to a lot of the music, man. I done been through laptops, computers, all stuff then crashed and whatnot. So I ain't got a lot of the songs that I did back then when I was talking about a lot of this stuff. You know, but it was, you know, it was real in the field. Jazz, peace, what's happening? You know, and all I was trying to do was put people on game. I came across something. I watched this documentary. I'm going to write a song about it, man. I'm going to try to put you on game in regards to what I learned. You know, I read this book. Man, let me write something, man. Let me write a little poem about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we love music. Again, I talked about it. That's a very influential art form. So I'm like, man, let me write this in music form. That way they can stick with them. They can just listen to this music, and then what I'm saying gonna stick. It's gonna resonate. Subliminal messaging. So I was like, all right, that's one of the best ways to communicate to my people. Put it on the beat. And at that time, it was popular to rap on other people's beats. So I'll rap on popular beats and be like, all right, cool. This is a beat that I know people like. I'm gonna put my message on it. I'm put my spin on it. You know, that was the trick. That was the trick. That was the trick, man. I done did whole songs on like veganism and things like that. But again, we ain't got them, you know. Marcus, peace, what's happening? You know, so it is what it is, man. We in the business of exposing and empowering. You know what I mean? Like we gonna expose this system, man, but we gonna educate at the same time. You know, we gonna do that. We gonna do that. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen, man. Again, stay ready so we ain't gotta get ready. You know? So we gotta equip the people with the proper information, with the proper strategies, things like that. And we gotta do it repeatedly. You know? We gotta do repetition is what? King. Boom. So we gotta beat y'all over the head with the exposure. We gotta beat y'all over the head with the empowerment, with the education, with the information. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I done tapped in. I done did my hour. I done went a little bit over. You know, I just wanted to pick back up where I left off. You know, and I had some newfound inspiration. But it is what it is, man. Y'all see the new energy, man. When y'all see that Illuminati bell come back, when y'all see that name pop back up, y'all know what it is. Y'all already know what it is, man. We going hard. You know, y'all see it. Y'all hear it. We ain't playing with them. We ain't playing. Matter of fact, I got to start back recommending those type of books so that y'all can go get them before they ban all the books, before they ban the physical copies of the books. Sooner or later, it might be against the law to have physical copies of books. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to happen. Gotta watch them, man. Gotta watch them. Oh, you got a physical copy of this book? Boom, get it, burn it. You know? So that's what we on, man. You got to get the physical copy of the book. Boom, you got to do your highlight, but then you got to jot some stuff down. Because who knows? Hey, when they know that you keep your books on you, they might try to burn. They're going to burn your place down. They're going to try to burn the books like they burned the libraries back in the day. So we got to keep an eye on this, man. So we got to make sure not only are we reading these books, but we got to keep notebooks with the important information, jot it down in these notebooks. And then we got to deal with the memory. You know what I mean? We got to do all of this, man. We got to memorize. Boom. We got to take it from the book, take the best parts, put it in the notebook, and then take the best parts from that notebook and still it in the mind. You know, they can burn the notebooks, they can burn the book, but we got this mind, so we're going to pass it down. Oral tradition. That was how our ancestors operated. We got to go back to that. We got to go back to doing the knowledge and then memorizing this knowledge and passing it down orally. You know, because you just never know. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Who knows when I'm gonna tap in again, man? Who knows, man? I'm always inspired, man. Again, I always say knowledge is infinite. So I always got something that I can pull some information from or some inspiration from. Knowledge is infinite, man. I can grab knowledge from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I can grab some inspiration from anywhere, you know? So it's infinite. We always got some access to something to talk about, man. Always. No such thing as boredom out here. No such thing. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate donations, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the vibes. It's always peace. Like I said, stay ready so we ain't got to get ready, man. Listen, pay attention to what's happening. Stay informed. But I'm out, y'all. Y'all be easy.